we are getting my life together in the next 90 days. Welcome to my very own quarterly reset. I feel like quarter one was really about laying the foundations and adjusting to my current circumstances, like leaving or finishing my adult gap year and now actually looking for a job or like steady work. And in Q2, I really want to show up intentionally and as aligned as ever for my goals. In this video, I'm showing you all how I'm going to use the next 90 days to, yes, change my life. And I know how cliche that sounds, but honestly, I'm getting tired of my own shit. I don't know if you all have ever dealt with this feeling of like wanting to change, wanting to go after your goals, wanting to do this, and then you just don't. And that's currently how I'm feeling with my driver's license. We'll get into that when we get more into the video, but I'm getting tired of my own shit. So I am going to be changing my life in 90 days. Keep watching to see how I set up my quarterly goals, the action plan to make it happen, and also how I plan on celebrating myself each step of the way. Oh, and where are my manners? Hi. If you are new here, my name is Cassandra and I create videos on productivity, journaling, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. Let's dive in. To keep everything in place, y'all know that I have a whole Notion dashboard for this. So let's go into that because this is where I am keeping track of all of my quarterly goals and then also the high level monthly goals. So let me record my screen. And here we are. So we are in my 2025 planning and goals dashboard. If you want to grab this dashboard, I have it completely free. All you have to do is head to the video description box and there is a link to subscribe to my newsletter, Sunday Reset, and then you will also get the link to download this Notion template. So let's go into my personal quarterly goals first. Well, before we even do that, I just wanted to run through like my word of the year again, kind of like as a reminder for me and just to like keep my eye on the prize as well as my intentions. So I have two words of the year. The first one is Phoenix for personal. If you are following my saga on reading Harry Potter on Instagram, then you know why I chose the word Phoenix. And then for the professional side, it is mastery. So let's read through Phoenix. So for me, the word Phoenix is rising from the ashes, rebirth, becoming, stepping into my next phase, beauty, confidence, fiery energy, and joy, rebirth, renewal, regeneration, and knowledge. Basically, everything that I want for this year, especially after such a turbulent year last year. For the professional side, I wanted mastery. So leaning into my craft and learning, staying focused, disciplined, and consistent, understanding the ins and outs of my craft, enjoying the process of becoming an expert, and sharing my knowledge with others. So basically, I've built my career for the past 7 years focused on online business and sharing about brand strategy, copywriting, and marketing strategy. And while that knowledge is not going away, of course, because it's still in here, I'm definitely switching my niche and making such a large pivot in my career to talk less about marketing knowledge and like brand strategy and sharing more about productivity, planning, and journaling. And that's something that I've always done since I was a little girl, but I guess I just never shared about it. So I really want to step into understanding more about that area and sharing it with you all and really feeling confident to master that craft. So that's what we have for mastery. And then my 2025 intentions, what I want to accomplish is fully trusting the pivot and change in direction of my life and moving forward, who I want to be, joyful, creative, confident, and strong in my body, habits I want to keep up, reading, running, and exercise. And something new for 2025 is that driver's license and sewing and candle making. So that's just a quick recap of what I am like super high level focused on for 2025. Let's scroll down and see how it is broken up into my quarter. So this is my vision board. I look at this probably every week, a few times every week actually. So here are my goals in general for the year. Some of these actually I think I need to delete. For example, run a half marathon. That is not happening this year, so that's okay. Deleting that. Still keeping all of these. keeping this as well. And let's go in. So the quarterly breakdown, quarter one for me was all about the personal and the business. And I broke it down monthly to focus on driver's license, routines, business reset, driver's license, routines, exercise, and then business growth. And I feel like that has actually been working. The driver's license part, we're still working on it. It's just a work in progress all the time. My routines though, I think I have gotten really good at routines and also figuring out what works for me, what doesn't. And then with my business reset, y'all, I feel really good about the foundation that I've set. I feel actually from like February to March, the content that I've been sharing on not only like social media, so Instagram and TikTok, but the content that I've been sharing on YouTube, I feel really aligned with it. I feel really excited putting these ideas together and bringing them to life. And it seems like from what I have seen on social media and stuff, that my community and like the people who follow me are also totally vibing with this, and I've gotten like some comments and like personal messages saying that people are loving, how do I say this grammatically correctly? I don't know. They're loving the pivot of content, and it just feels really aligned as somebody watching from like the outside. And to me, honestly, y'all, it feels really aligned as somebody who is living the actual pivot and the process. So that feels really good to me. For quarter two, we are focusing on lifestyle and business. So I'm really focused this quarter on doing more things outside, cultivating more of my community, just really leaning into like nurturing for myself, and of course still the business, because now that I've laid the foundations in quarter one, quarter two, I really want to build out like a financial system, or I guess like stability for myself, and do it in a way that feels really good to me. So scrolling down, what we are focusing on for the 3 months are: in April, my driver's license, routines, creative projects. May, creative projects, financial savings, and exercise. And June is exercise and reading. Actually, in June, my family is coming for a week, and we are going to be doing the Camino de Santiago, which is a pilgrimage trek where we're walking 100 kilometers over 5 days. So that's really exciting. That's going to be the second time that I've done this, and I have content from that I plan to start rolling out because I never made videos about it. So that's just like a high level look at the personal side of things. Let's go and see what the business looks like. Again, you all, if you want to grab your own Notion dashboard, then all you have to do is head to the video description box and put in your email, and I will send it to you via email. Okay, so we are back in the business and marketing dashboard. Down here are my business goals, and up here I've broken it down quarterly. So in January to March, my focus was revamping my marketing and media agency, the Quirky Pineapple Studio, setting up a new strategy for it, setting up setting up a mixed income stream plan, and create aggressive content plan and schedule. So before we get into the quarter two stuff, if we scroll down and take a look through January to March. So January, I updated TQP's strategy for myself. I set up a content plan. I was supposed to launch the Personal Branding Lab subscription, which is a personal branding membership I wanted to set up with the Quirky Pineapple Studio. Actually, the updated TQP strategy didn't happen until February, and also the Personal Brand Lab, I scratched that idea, and I don't know if I will actually launch it. So that's just the reality of things as life is evolving, and I am figuring out what I like and what I don't want to do anymore. In February, we prepped for the 30 lessons on starting over short video series, and then in March, we published the 30 lessons on starting over short video series. That actually happened, although I only got up to 6 short videos. I think the scripting, filming, editing, and publishing for these 30 lessons on starting over series was a lot more than I expected, and I could not actually handle doing it like consecutively for 30 days. So I've only gotten 6 so far. The plan is to continue with these videos until I finish them, 30, throughout the whole year. So I think that gives me a little bit more time and space to figure it out and not feel so stressed, because those little short videos take a lot of time. The thing that I didn't mention here in this Q1 monthly breakdown was instead of launching the Personal Brand Lab subscription, I launched a totally different membership called the Plans to Progress Lounge, which is a quarterly productivity membership for setting, planning, and taking action on your goals, whether those are professional or personal. By the way, it is open for enrollment if you are interested in joining. And of course, the YouTube fam gets a cheeky little discount. I will include all of that information in the video description box with a discount code so you can use it at checkout. So that is what happened in Q1. And now going into Q2, here's what it looks like. From April to June, my focus is on audience growth, membership growth, and really continuing to diversify my income. And not only diversify my income because I feel like I have kind of figured out different ways to diversify it. I just want that income to be more stable and more reliable. So I have diversified income streams, which is great, but not all of those income streams really work. I mean, they work, but they're not always reliable because sometimes one income stream will bring in X amount of money and then the next month it may not bring in the same amount of money. So I'm still a little bit volatile in that regard. So my goal is to not only diversify that income, but create more stability with it. So let me actually update this. And diversified and stable income streams. My goal is to at least get one sponsored YouTube video and maybe one more client. So breaking that down into the monthly plan, we have in April, I am focused on audience growth across YouTube, Instagram, and my newsletter, and also membership growth for the Plans to Progress Lounge. In May, my goal is to really just have steady and stable income and creating courses for the membership. I have a couple ideas on courses that I want to create for the Plans to Progress Lounge, as members will get access directly to that course. And then in June, I would love one sponsored video with a brand partner that it feels really aligned. I have a couple brands in mind. I think I just need to work up the confidence to actually pitch them and figure out how I can offer something where like this partnership makes sense. So those are my quarterly goals, high level goals within my Notion. And let's now talk about the actual action plan to get there. Something that I am trying for this year and kind of testing and experimenting with is actually just choosing one main goal for the quarter professionally and personally. So something that I used to do was decide on 3 main goals to focus on per month. That means April would have its own 3 main goals, May its own, and then June its own, professionally and personally. And I feel like that worked, but then I started kind of feeling like my priorities and my focus, and also really like my time and resources were being pulled in so many different directions because I was trying to like work on this and then also give time to this and then also give time to that. And it wasn't working for me. So what I'm doing instead is focusing on one main goal per quarter and then having 2 like I guess secondary goals or supporting goals. They are goals that are like stretch goals that are nice to have, but if they don't happen, that's okay. I can kind of just move them into the next quarter. So for my professional goal, it is really to grow my audience across my YouTube channel, my Instagram, and my newsletter. My secondary and supporting goals for that is to grow the Plans to Progress Lounge, as well as secure one brand sponsored YouTube video. And I really feel like with my main goal of growing my audience and really creating good content and engaging with folks, the other 2 goals will kind of just happen. Like the main goal will overflow. This is how I'm imagining it. The main goal will overflow so much that it will just feed the secondary goals. So that's what I'm testing with this quarter. And then on the personal side, it is my gosh darn driver's license, you all. Like, I swear, if I don't get this driver's license, that is what I'm focusing on for sure this quarter, mainly because my registration to the driving school ends at the end of April. So we got to get on that. And also because my family is coming in June and we are renting a car and doing a little road trip. I want to be able to drive. I want to be able to drive that car, help with the road trip, and not just leave the driving to my partner who is always the one driving. So that is the goal for that. My secondary goals for my personal side of things are to just really set up good routines and habits for myself that support me. So that means like social outings, going outside, reading, and exercise. And then also to have some creative projects. And for me, that looks like just reading more. I just really want to read. And then also a few fun sewing projects. So those are my secondary goals for the personal side of things. Honestly though, that driver's license is just like #1 top priority. So by the time we check in at the end of quarter 2, and we go for quarter 3. I want to come on here and tell you all, YouTube fam, we got my driver's license and I am driving stick shift. That's it. Claiming it now, claim it in the comments for me because I need all the help I can get. So now that we have covered that and like this new little experiment for quarter 2, let's talk about how I plan on actually getting there. So the first thing is I have my Notion dashboard and I've broken it up into the personal and the professional. Let's take a look at the personal side. I'm not going to go into the entire Notion dashboard again, but what I want to share with you all is this. Insert the little table I have in my Notion dashboard, and if you download the template then you can get this too. In here I have basically the most important things that I need to keep top of mind for the next quarter for at least my personal side. So it's got people to see, important dates, celebrations, and I think the other one is vacation. I'm like going off the top of my head about this, but you'll see what it actually looks like down here. And just with that, I am filling out like important dates I need to block, people that I want to see over the next quarter, and any other important like events or personal things that I want to keep in mind. With all of that like top of mind and now just like front and center in my Notion dashboard, what I do is I actually break it up into my bullet journal. So this is now on like a monthly basis, and since we're only in April, then I only have April planned out. I don't actually have May or June. But now when I go to create my bullet journal spreads, I pull from the personal side of my Notion dashboard and just fill in all of the things that I want in my bullet journal so I can actually track. And that looks like my daily habits to match the goals that I have for April and really my main goal for the quarter. It's got like my monthly spread so that I can really mark down important things that happen and really just what I do during the month, because sometimes honestly I forget. And then I also have a budget and finance tracker, so I'm just making sure that I keep track of my savings and my income and all of that. And then I break it down into the actual like weekly tasks and things that I need to get done. So I can't really show you all the full action plan, but I really did want to show at least this like snapshot view. So this is all of the important things to keep in mind for myself when I am planning out the action plan. So with all of that being said, what does it look like for the professional side of things? On the professional and business side of things, I have pretty much a very similar process to the personal. In my business and marketing dashboard, I have a whole section where I've broken everything up into quarters, and then within those quarters, I break them again into months. So in my quarterly like planning, I have the same table that I have for the personal side. I will stick it here. So in this, it looks a little bit different because for the personal side of things, I'm keeping track of like birthdays, celebrations, presents to buy, things to keep top of mind. And on the business side, I am looking at more what are the dates that I am taking off, so my rest dates. What are any launches that I am preparing for? Are there any behind the scenes projects to keep in mind, and any important dates? So those important dates could be things like social media holidays to mark on like Instagram or something, or if any of my clients have specific launch projects happening. So you'll see here that in May, I actually have a client launch. So that is just something for me to keep in mind because I want to be there to support them. Now, what do we do with all of that information? We basically break it down into action steps, and I do that in Notion and also in my business and marketing planner. And again, it's really similar to my bullet journal, but in my business and marketing planner, I don't actually draw anything. This is already laid out for me. This is a Muji planner, by the way. So I've mapped out my implementation weeks, which are the blue weeks, and then I have a strategy and rest week, which is the orange week, where I am reviewing and going over data and sales and all of that stuff. And then once I have this, then I just flip and head to the weekly spread. And this is where I plug in like certain social media posts that I'm making and anything else that I need to keep in mind for the business. Y'all, we are locking in for the next 90 days. The planets have spoken and they have said that this is a great time for Pisces and Cancers. And I am a Pisces sun and Cancer rising, so let's go. I'm sharing this video with you all because I really want to use this as accountability to push for my goals. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I am kind of just like tired of my own shit. I am tired of myself for actually not having my driver's license yet and saying that I want to do specific things day in and day out, and then I just don't make progress towards them. So we are going to change that in the next 90 days. If you are also using this as a quarterly reset to lock in, let me know in the comments what your quarterly goals are for the professional side and the personal. And if you want accountability and support to work towards your goals and turn your plans into progress, see what I did there? Then you can join the Plans to Progress Lounge, which is a quarterly membership to help you set, plan, and also take action towards your goals with strategic accountability. Of course, there is a cheeky discount code for the YouTube fam, so check the video description box if you would like to join and use that discount code to either get 15 euros off on the quarterly plan or 50 euros off on the annual plan. And I hope to see you inside. And if you liked this video, then you are probably going to like this one on decluttering your digital files and organizing them on your phone and desktop. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more productivity, journaling, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. And I will see you all in the next video. Ciao!